everyone, it's Maki. The excitement for the second installment of the Hathaway movie is slowly building up. Today, let's take a look at the newly announced Gunpla. Although it's called new, it's actually a revised version of a previously released kit with updates and added parts. It's the high-grade Messer Type F02, which is equipped with the mine layer unit. The Type F01 has already been released, right? Now, let's focus on the changes and the type of mobile suit this is. Before we dive into the main topic, I have a quick announcement. My channel is now accepting support through memberships. For just 99 cents a month, you'll receive a name badge and custom comment stamps. Alright, then let's begin the analysis. The Messer is the primary mobile suit used by Maki. Anaheim Electronics handled its development and production. As many of you know, Anaheim Electronics also supplies weapons to the Earth's Federation forces. Since Zeta Gundam, Anaheim's practice of supplying weapons to both sides of a conflict has been depicted. However, during Zeta Gundam, they were portrayed as mainly cooperating with the Elugo and somewhat reluctantly working with the Titans. The Messer clearly symbolizes Anaheim Electronics' active provision of weapons to both sides of a conflict as depicted in the story written by Yoshiyuki Tomino. This Anaheim Electronics ideology has also been carried over into other Universal Century stories written by creators besides Tomino. The Messer also represents how creators have expanded the expressive possibilities of the Universal Century. This isn't limited to the Messer, of course. It also applies to the She Gundam and the Penelope. The Messer also has a unique appearance. Its design blends elements of CR mobile suits with Earth Federation Forces weaponry features. The yellow part on its chest, for example, resembles designs seen on Gundam and Gym-type mobile suits. To avoid drawing attention to Anaheim Electronics' cooperation with Maki, the exterior was carefully disguised. It wasn't developed entirely from scratch. It was based on the Neo, Zeonski Raw Dogger. Given their shared origin, one could even say that it's a sibling to the Giro Zuru that appears in Gundam Unicorn. So, what kind of equipment does the Type F02 have? Let's take a closer look at how it differs from the F01. The key difference lies in the legs. A new component called the lifting flare extends the duration of hover-based movement. This is the F02's signature feature. However, this small addition alone wouldn't make for a very compelling product. That's why the newly announced Gunpla comes with mine layer equipment. This equipment is designed for bombing and other offensive operations. It appeared in the first movie, but didn't receive much attention. The Battle of the Bow focused primarily on the Type F01 piloted by Gomen. In the distance, you can see an attack being carried out by the Messer, which is equipped with the mine layer. You can also see counterattacks directed at the Messer with that loadout. While it technically did appear, depending on your perspective, you could easily interpret it as not having appeared at all. Is there any significance to the fact that this was announced when the promotional video for the second movie was released? Perhaps the F02 type will finally have more screen time in the sequel. In the first film, the Messer's screen time mostly revolved around aerial bombing scenes, such as the one at the bow. This time, perhaps we'll see it make full use of its hover mobility to dominate ground combat, much like Sandstorm. Now, let's take a look at the new features added to this Gunpla. First is the rear skirt attached to the waist. Adding this new part seems to have expanded the range of motion. Thanks to that, you can pose the Messer to recreate scenes of Gomen's unit flying through the air. However, keep in mind that Gomen was piloting the F01 type. Notice that there's no lifting flare equipped. If you want an accurate recreation of Gomen's Messer, you need to purchase the previously released F01 kit and assemble it yourself. Anaheim Electronics has your wallet in its sights. Also, a new horn part has been added that can be attached to the head to designate the Messer as a commander unit. This horn is another newly included feature. If you look closely, you'll also notice that the color of the beam rifle is different now. The Messer Type F02 is priced at around $25. Please note that the price may vary depending on exchange rates. Pre-orders opened on Premium Bandai in Japan on July 10. Shipping is scheduled for August. Availability and shipping timelines may vary depending on your country or region. The Messer F02 type was developed from the Giro Doga base and is outfitted with extra equipment tailored for ground combat. I'm looking forward to seeing how it performs in the story. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. See you in the next episode.